Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Rob, and I just wanted to show you quickly some features of this MIDI controller that I built. It's called the MIDIchamp DrumStik 3D. It uses a real professional grade Japanese arcade joystick as a MIDI instrument. And I'm going to show you why you might want this thing, besides the fact that I think it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, besides that, what can you use it for? So, the cool thing about this is it actually syncs with your DAW at whatever tempo you set. And every direction is basically a drum pattern, a different subdivision of the beat. So you can combine these patterns on the fly. I'm not a drummer. I don't have these natural rhythms in my fingertips like if I was going to use a keyboard controller or pad controller. You know, I kind of fall back on a lot of the same patterns because I'm not a drummer. I don't have a deep understanding of these rhythms. But using this, pretty much virtually every pattern is at your fingertips and you can combine them in any way you want. So just real quickly, let me show you like a kick, snare, hat. So I could do a 4 on the floor kick just by holding right, and you can see it's syncing up with the DAW. And now I'm going to switch over to this clap, and I'll hit record again, and by holding right again in a different mode, I'm hitting just the off beats, the 2 and the 4. And then let's get a hat pattern in there. So I'm going to switch over to the hat here, and let's do a kind of fast hat pattern. So you can see how quickly you can get drum patterns down, and yeah, and by using this you might get something you wouldn't normally think of, you might not normally write, because you have all of these options here. It's really, really easy. So the other cool thing about this is that I've programmed in 22 preset scales, which means you can do melodic stuff with it too. So yeah, so you can cycle through the scales, find something that inspires you. You know, you could do a bass line in one register, and then easily jump up a few octaves, jump over to your lead instrument, and then be able to do some kind of lead line in the same key. So again, really fast, really easy to improvise stuff. You don't have to know anything about the theory of whatever key you're in, whatever scale you're in. Once you're set, just record as much as you need and not have to worry about any of it not being in the same key. And you don't have to look at a keyboard and think about what scale you're in, what notes not to hit. It's just all right here, and every direction is a correct note. It makes it really easy to feel out your melodies and bass lines just sort of by feel and the way it sounds, rather than anything else. So I first launched these kind of back in, I think it was November, and I'm kind of doing this relaunch. I've got a new website and all sorts of stuff, but I actually introduced some new features, which I'm just going to show you really quickly. So one of them is that whatever your mode you're in, this arcade button now, it used to only be used to kind of move notes around, transpose your key, change the scale, and that kind of stuff. But now in every single mode, when you're holding a direction and you hit the button, something happens. So some of you guys may know, who are already familiar with these controllers, there's 2 main drum modes. Multiplier bonus is the mode where if you hold a direction, it plays every note of the pattern. And then combo maker mode, you hold a direction, it only plays the off beats of that pattern, which is really great for syncopation, making really complex stuff. So, but the thing that I've added is now no matter which drum mode you're in, if you hit the button and hold, then it switches to the other mode's pattern. So you can be doing crazy stuff and just drop into these syncopated patterns really easily just by holding the button on top. And then the other thing I've added, which helps out in attract mode, which is the melodic mode, is you know, whether you might be playing a melody, maybe, but if you're holding a direction, you can just hit the button to basically re-trigger whatever note you're using. But where this really comes in handy is if you're using a drum instrument, actually, with the melodic mode. It just means that if you're holding a direction, you don't have to tap the joystick every time. You can actually just hold it and tap the button too. So it opens up a lot of options. It opens up some scenarios where you can actually really play a full drum beat just by using the melodic mode and this button, which I'll probably go more into depth in a future video. I'm going to do some more kind of tutorial videos in the future about that kind of stuff. And the other thing that I added that I'm really happy with is now there's actually a preset slot that you can save all of your settings to. And I kind of think of it as a snapshot. So whatever settings you have, let's say you have a scale and a key that you think are really cool, you don't want to lose it, but you want to work on something else, you can hold these two buttons together, basically, and there's options for saving a snapshot, loading a snapshot of your settings, and also resetting everything to default. So if you get, you know, way lost, way off base, just want to go back to major key, you can do that really easily. So this opens up a lot of possibilities for performance. If you have a specific melodic setting that you need for a certain song, you can easily recall it. Yeah, and if you find anything, it's easy to come back to later. So the last thing really quickly that I just want to show off is that it doesn't just work with your DAW, it also works with the Teenage Engineering OPZ, because the really cool thing about this thing is that it's a MIDI USB host, which is nuts. Like, I didn't expect that from such a small device. But basically the great thing about that is it works exactly the same as you would use it with a DAW. So I can do my snare pattern. Yeah, and everything's the same. I can do melodic stuff, you know. Yeah, so the DrumStik and the OPZ are actually a really powerful combination, and if you happen to have an OPZ, yeah, this is a great tool to use with it, actually. And yeah, that's pretty much the really fast overview of everything this thing can do. I glossed over a lot of details, but you know, I have the manual up on the website. I'm gonna make some more videos kind of like this where I go over some more specific things of what you can do with this, how to make music with it. I'm going to put up some videos of just me jamming with this, some nice Instagram, you know, beautiful flat lay videos. I'm going to try my hand at that. But yeah, thanks for checking it out. You can order one from my website if you want to. It's MIDIchamp.com. And yeah, thanks for watching.